In the middle of the dark night, their footsteps echoed through the silent cemetery lane. The dim light from the street lamp shone on an old car that had stopped at the side of the road. The car door creaked open, and a group of people emerged, welcoming the cold night air. With pale faces and eyes filled with fear, they moved towards the towering Gayam tree in the middle of the darkness. The sound of the wind blowing softly blended with the mystical stories that echoed through the cemetery lane, creating an increasingly tense atmosphere. Among them, Pack Daddy, an old man with sharp eyes like a ghost hunter, stared at the tree with deep consideration. He was a figure who had lived with the shadows of the mystical and unforgettable experiences. Shortly after, the atmosphere became even more chilling when they heard a strange, shrill laugh ringing in the night wind. Laughing as if the devil himself was mocking and celebrating their arrival. The laughter formed a bone-chilling melody. Pack Daddy, with a pale face and full of confidence, led them through the lush trees towards the work area related to the Gayam tree. The sound of soft whispers from the leaves moving on their own, as if the tree itself had a spirit watching their every step. However, fate played a role. In the middle of their journey, the car suddenly stopped as if it had hit something invisible. The sound of clanging and vibration shook their hearts. Pack Daddy stared at the rearview mirror, his eyes widening as if seeing something unimaginable. "Who are you? Who are you?" he hissed in a trembling voice. The situation became even stranger when the car door opened on its own, and the night air greeted them with a terrifying silence. They were stunned, not knowing what was really happening around them. The silence of the night was broken by the sound of footsteps on the cemetery ground. There was a figure approaching them from the darkness. Pack Daddy trembled. "Who do you mean? Who do you mean?" he whispered in fear. As the tension reached its peak, a loud laugh rang out again. But this time, it came from outside the car. They turned and saw the figure of Palman laughing in front of them, without a trace of fear on his face. When the tension reached its peak, a loud laugh rang out again. But this time, it came from outside the car. They turned and saw the figure of Palman laughing in front of them, without a trace of fear on his face. Palman explained that the strange incident might have been triggered by his uneasy feeling after saying goodbye earlier. He decided to go outside and breastfeed near the Gayam tree. However, as soon as he saw their car stop in front of the cemetery, he was surprised because he should have already left the area. With a sense of relief and curiosity satisfied, they continued on their way to the work site. However, the shadows of the mystical stories and the strange laughter still haunted their minds, leaving an unforgettable impression that night.